Hello my friends, Wiggle here. So I'm gonna work on this old kale and Swiss chard patch that I had going. I have torn down all the fences that I had. I'm redefining a little bit. So what has happened is I did have stuff before. I had a wheel loader up there where I scraped up all that compost. We grew potatoes in the compost. We got 400 pounds or whatever out of it. And I'm going to change that. I'm going to put portable trailers, tiny home trailers up along this from the water tower along that fence. I'm going to put up a privacy fence. The point being is that was a ridge. Not great performance from the potatoes. I just used the mulch in place, the compost in place, and it finished out nicely. Pretty nice sized mound there. It's probably 6 feet tall in the middle. Chickens have knocked it down. So what I have noticed is I'm a little further down the hill, as you'd expect, a little bit more moisture. That crown of that ridge is up there, so the water's coming this way, water's coming that way, it's all hitting here. This part of the garden did pretty well. So as my water's coming down this hill, it wants to leave right on the other side of that building there. I'm trying to get it to leave down at this end. You can see where it's washing out. So the plan is to move that water away from the building and this way and water the garden. That's kind of what this mound is. So in determining a garden area, when you're doing the swales, the terraces, hills and valleys, you want to see where your water's coming in, you want to see where your water's going out. And this is my low spot here, as you can see, and the water's going to come out here. If I manage to stop it all here, keep it uphill, it's going to work its way down here instead of that way. It's not going to cut across slope. I'm trying to move water perpendicular to slope. Water wants to go straight downhill. You want to make your water go straight across the hill as much as possible. As much as reasonable with as little dirt work, as little expenditure of energy and resources to get it done. So this, basically from that gate, this here is obviously needs to be at the drive part where you bring your equipment in or whatever. This is the highest part, so that's the best place for the drive. I'm going to have a trail coming along here. That's my little compost area there. Over there is a bathroom and a kitchen, so I'm going to have a trail coming right through here from over here to the left. So I'm going to fence this part in, and as you can see where I have this panel up, I'm going to try to extend my beds. So I'm going to try to bring that last row that's holding the water all the way, so I want to let the water out here at the edge of this thing. I'm going to bring the grow beds all the way out here. Just because of the way the land is laying, I did want to try to include that anchor for that pole inside the garden, but I don't think I need to. So I'm just going to bring, see this little low spot here, kind of this way. I want to turn all this into garden, and I'm going to do more of the back and forth idea where the water runs in, comes down, and it kind of S's its way back and forth. Snakes its way back and forth across the slope. So I'm going to be moving. This will be what I grow in. This will be, and it's not 100% finished, but it'll grow. It'll grow stuff. It's mostly done. And the chickens have been mixing it for me, which is good. So this will be my growing medium. So that first row I'm going to build up with this black dirt. Mound it up. Then my walkways will be made of unfinished compost. The freshest stuff I can get over here. Not straight hay, but spent hay with manure mixed in, just as best as I can get from over where the cows have been eating. That'll be my walkway. Hopefully that'll choke out weeds for the rest of the year. What I'm not doing is I'm not prepping this in any way. I kind of have the backbones. You can kind of see the little hump. So the humps will get more black dirt and the low spots will get more hay. And I'm just going to bring my material in through this gate or right here. And I'm just going to put it all in and then fence around it. That way I can drive easily and everything. So what we're going to end up with is this, from this pole here over to the edge of that panel by that dolly. We're gonna, that'll be a pasture to the right, to the left. This will be in here. I'm gonna put a terrace in front of that for a table in front of the kitchen there, where it's gonna get a wood stove. This will be a picnic area, 2 tables, one each side of the tree there, and then this will all be garden. So you just walk right along there to go into that area from the left here, or if you're coming from that area over there, which I'm going to move the trailers, I'm going to put tiny homes built on frames, tiny homes on wheels. I'm going to put 3 there, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a privacy fence along the road. I'm going to put a privacy fence all along here to separate the properties. You can kind of see the idea of it. So this will be completely separate from that, and it will be more private over here. It will be private over there. So that's kind of an overview of the, and I'm going to bring the fence right out from where the gate is, right out here. And that will be my driving in part, and kind of just like a compost bed. I'll just put compost there and let it break down to choke the weeds. And then you'll have another gate where that blue gate is. It'll be a smaller gate somewhere in that area where you can pass through there to go over to that. So anyway, that is the plan today. I'm going to start moving material. It's going to be hot today, 90 almost, and pretty good humidity. So I will show you when I take a break, as I get some work done here. I'm not building the terrace today. I don't really have any fill dirt for that. So I am going to just build the hills and valleys, hold the water, and then point of it all is I want to get broccoli in really quickly. I want to do a lot of broccoli, but I'm also going to do succession planting of some greens, which I usually don't do succession planting, but we're going to start doing it. We'll just continually plant every week and hopefully have things coming in. We'll see how that goes, but that'll be another story. So I will update you when I'm well into this project. This is just kind of the before. In this trash area, I'm going to move over to here. There'll be some more fencing options and so forth. So this is a big project. Trying to get the idea of housing for interns going, kind of thing, with the eventual goal, excuse me, of somewhat of a community working here, just growing food together. Excuse me. Anyway, that's wiggle out for now. Here's a load of hay manure. Getting it from right here. This is not very old. This is a few months old. You see how I had a little pond shaped in the middle, holding water? It made it compost break down very quickly. Now it's not done by any means, but it's come a long way considering it just looks like hay right there. It's not very long ago. It's come along very quickly. But this is what I'm using for my walkways, mulch, moisture control, weed control, and it's going to be turning into finished compost as we use it for these other purposes. So I'll clear all this out today for sure, and I'll probably start on the other side of the fence. So that's what we're looking at.